Hey there guys, we're just getting ready to put some miles on. A little bit of a late start, but we're gonna hit it pretty hard today. It's March and all the snow is pretty much melted, so it should make things a little bit easier. We were about a mile deep so far, and I just spotted some tines sticking out of the oak leaves right here. It looks like a really nice shed, and we're gonna pick it up. You couldn't miss this shed. A nice polished tip sticking out of the oak leaves. It looks like a pretty good shed and a great one to start the day with. So let's pick this thing up. Oh, that's actually a really solid shed. It's got awesome tine length on it. It's like it's trying to put out a G4. And one unique thing about this buck is he's got a bunch of fresh rubbing right there at the base. So he must have been rubbing right before he popped the thing off. So good start to the day though. Just trying to grit off this oak flat, and I just about stepped on this little guy. So a couple oak leaves laying on top of him, blowing around in the wind, but not a bad little shed. Another one to the pile. Talk about one freaking heck of a scrape right here. It's about the size of a car hood, and you guys can see the multiple licking branches on it. I can only imagine how many deer use this thing. There just happens to be so many of these acorns left over. You're gonna be sprouting here pretty soon, but definitely a ton of food this winter for them. We're just doing grids through this oak flat, and the conditions aren't ideal. The sun is making it hard, but we just spotted a nice little shed. Looks like a chunky little 4-point side. Let's pick this thing up. Oh, not a bad buck. Definitely a young deer. Looks like a really deep shedder too. I mean, there's part of that skull plate on there. We're starting to push into some of the bedding areas. We stayed out of this most of February and the beginning of March, but now the conditions are subsiding a little bit and things are easier for the deer. We're going to start pushing the fringes. Starting to get close to the bedroom. And it looks like we got a pretty nice shed right here. Looks like a real heavy 5-point side, decent brow on them. Looks like a really good buck. Looks like a heck of a shed. Oh, look at that. What a freaking beast. Big old heavy 5-point side. Long main beam, and the insertions of the brow is kind of abnormally long. Usually the brow inserts a little bit closer than that, but freaking one heck of a buck, and it is definitely not the match to the other side that I picked up earlier, because it's literally the same side. So this deer's got to be out here somewhere. Just happened to follow this little trail through the bedding, and I just spotted tines. Like a little guy. Ooh. Nice little 3-point side. Nothing too crazy, but another one to add to the pile. And boom, we got an antler. And antler number 6. Looks like a real good genetic deer. Good G2 on them, and maybe only a 1.5-year-old. 2.5 at oldest, but that pedicle is this is the last shed of the day. Took a little different approach to my exit and stumbled on a old shed, a little chewed up, but still in pretty good shape. Sometimes you just never know where you're gonna find them at. This was just a nice little trail coming out of some of the bedding over there, so Well guys, I keep lying to you and I'm sorry for that, but just as we were getting closer to the truck, I just spotted these tines. I'm like, that is the only thing this could be, is an antler. Looks like a pretty good one too. What a beautiful sight, guys. Almost back to the truck, and I'm just kind of gritting through this oak flat, and I catch what looks to be tines, and I'm like, there's no way that couldn't be an antler. And lo and behold, here it is. I don't think I know what buck exactly it is, but I'll have to go through some trail camera photos and see. But what a beautiful ATL. Like, this is exactly what I picture shed season to look like. So let's pick this thing up. Oh yeah. Nice 4-point side. Decent genetic buck. Very, very similar genetics to that big 8 that I was chasing. And I mean, this literally could be his offspring. But, oh man, what a beautiful shed, and way to end the day. Shed number 8. It's time to do a quick recap of the day. We ended up with 8 sheds here on public land. The first shed was this really nice 4-point side that I never found the match to. Then we ended up with a couple more little sides. Little chunky 4-point side. This little guy. And then we ended up with the big 5-point side. Another buck that we didn't match up. Really nice deer. Little 3-point side, not a bad buck either. And then we ended up with this really young 1.5-year-old deer. This thing is definitely gonna have some potential here in the future. I was walking back to the truck a different way. I found this old chewed up 4-point side. Not a bad one either. And then as I was walking out, we found the big 4-point side. Of course, no luck matching this one up either. These deer are just moving and roaming so much this year, it's really making it tough. So 8 sheds on the day, and it has been a great shed season so far. You got a few more weeks left of putting the miles on, and good luck to everybody.